The wind snatched Ilara's braid and sent it whipping across her face as she raced through the orchard. Each tree was heavy with ripening fruit, but she wasn't here for apples or pears. She scrambled up the gnarled branches, ignoring the angry shouts behind her, until she reached the hidden clearing. The guards would never find her here. The memory orchard was a place of myth, spoken of only in hushed, reverent tones by the elders. No one had entered it in over 50 years. Yet somehow she had found it. Ilara had always been different. While other children ran through the memory fields, giggling as they plucked ripe recollections from the bushes and popped them into their mouths, savoring the sweet taste of summer rain or the first bite of spring strawberries. She felt nothing but revulsion. Memories were currency in their world. The Wayland's end. The stronger the emotion, the more valuable the memory. And memories of pain and sorrow were traded just like those of joy. But Ilara couldn't stomach the thought of consuming someone else's memories, not to mention the invasive process of memory harvesting, plucking raw recollections out of thin air and leaving the giver with nothing but an aching void. It made her skin crawl. So when she turned 16 and it was time for her to begin training as a harvester, she refused. Her father, the royal harvester, was furious. How dare she turn her back on her duty, on her birthright? How dare she abandon the sacred trade that had sustained their family for generations? He disowned her, cutting her off without a single copper. Suddenly homeless and with no skills to help her survive, Ilara had no choice but to flee the city. She wandered for months, surviving on her wits and the meager charity of strangers until she stumbled upon this orchard. It looked like any other grove from the outside, yet something about it called to her. So she snuck inside. That was when she met the old woman tending the trees. "You shouldn't be here," the woman rasped, her voice like dry leaves. "I'm sorry," Ilara whispered, fear constricting her throat. "I didn't mean to trespass. I just needed somewhere to hide." The woman's cloudy eyes suddenly sharpened. "You are the princess, aren't you?" "The one who can't harvest memories," Ilara nodded, tears pricking her eyes. The old woman sighed and reached out a gnarled finger. "Why do you think I've hidden my grove all these years?" Ilara shook her head. The woman closed her eyes, and when she opened them again, they glittered with tears. "Because these are no ordinary trees," she said, her voice trembling. "These are memory trees. And what I've hidden from the world is not just the grove, but the memories themselves." The woman led Ilara deeper into the orchard, the princess's heart pounding in her chest. Finally, she stopped before a towering oak laden with strange, iridescent fruit. "This tree," the woman said, her voice hushed with reverence, "holds the memories of our ancestors, memories that have been suppressed and forgotten." Ilara stared at the tree, mesmerized. She reached out to touch one of the fruits, and the moment her fingers brushed against its skin, a jolt of electricity shot through her arm. Vivid images flooded her mind. Faces and places, battles and feasts, love, laughter, and death. She gasped, overwhelmed by the torrent of emotions. "What are these memories?" she whispered, her voice shaking. "The history of our people," the woman said, pride and sorrow etched on her wrinkled face. "Memories that our ancestors wove into the fabric of this land itself. Memories that the current dynasty has spent centuries trying to erase." Ilara felt a surge of anger. The dynasty that had stolen the memories of their ancestors had also taken everything from her: her home, her livelihood, her very identity. She vowed then to find a way to bring those memories back to her people, even if it meant bringing down the entire dynasty in the process. The woman smiled sadly. You have much to learn, little one, if you are to succeed. And so Elara began her training, learning the art of memory, weaving from the last of the memory keepers. She knew it would be dangerous. The Queen Harvester had outlawed the practice 50 years ago, and anyone caught practicing it was put to death. But she didn't care. Not only did she have nothing left to lose, but now she had something to gain.